This Easy Complete Quilt back is a hexagon back used for honeycomb patterns. It has been lined, flipped to the right side, and pressed. Now it's time to install marks to help determine the stitching lines. In order to do that, you're going to use your Easy Complete Quilt template. There's an area between these two little openings that rests right in the middle of the V. And then once that, and it's right at the edge of the fabric too, at the raw edge. Once it's positioned there, you look at the numbers on either side and you make them look like mirror images. So if there's a 3.5 on this side, there should be a 3.5 on this side. When you've done that, you simply take a marking pen and drop some points. And you're also going to drop these straight lines, which are going to be turn under lines that'll help you later on. Once all the middles have been marked, you take a ruler and you join the top dots together, and this will be the stitching lines used to join each quilt back to the one next to it. I don't draw a line from dot to dot. I actually leave a little space because I like knowing exactly where the dots are, but it's up to you. This hexagon is so small, it doesn't require any pad stitching, but I am going to want to embellish it with embroidery. So I'm going to fold it and determine cross marks. So I'm going to fold it long way, and then I'm also going to fold it at a 90-degree angle from that original long way. Ideally, one of these cross marks should actually be a line. If you extended it, it would join these dots to these dots. So I'm a little off, but I'm going to use the dots as my guide. And then this would be a 90-degree angle from there. Let's talk about embroidery choices for a minute. When I embroidered this, I have a field that's going to be smaller than the stitching lines. It's going to be reduced by the amount of fabric I use to fold over the edges. In order to find out what that is, there's a reference mark on your pattern. This is a hexagon pattern, and there are little dots right in the middle. They represent the field that will be visible once these edges are turned under and stitched in place. In addition to considering that, you want to measure this amount, and then you want to subtract 1 inch from the length of each. So this is roughly 5 1/4, maybe 5 1/8. So I would not embroider anything wider than 4 1/8 inches wide by 5 inches deep, because that measured 6 inches. That gives me 1/2 inch buffer room between where I'm going to fold over these edges and where the embroidery will sit.